Welcome back to Z Coins, where we dig into hidden treasures of coins, rare currency, and the true worth of what's in your pocket change. Today, we're focusing on a special coin from the 90s, the 1996 P Washington quarter. And if you've heard rumors it might be worth a cool $1,000,000, stick around, because I'll reveal the truth about its value and show you what to look for if you're hoping for a lucky find. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932. Each year brings new possibilities for rare finds. But what makes the 1996 P Washington quarter so intriguing? Let's take a closer look at its background. In 1996, the Philadelphia Mint produced these quarters as part of their standard coinage. With billions of quarters minted, it's usually pretty tough to find one that stands out. But every once in a while, unique errors or high-quality grades make certain quarters significantly more valuable than their peers. First off, let's clarify what 1996 P means. The P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, where this coin was produced. Coins from this mint bear a P mint mark, just under Washington's portrait. In 1996, over 925 million quarters were struck here, making it one of the more common quarters overall. But don't let that fool you. There's still a market for high-quality, rare finds in this year. Alright, so why the excitement around the 1996 P quarter? It comes down to a few key factors that determine a coin's value: rarity, condition, and demand. Generally, for a common coin to be valuable, it has to either be in exceptionally high-grade condition, like mint state, MS, or have some unique error that makes it rare. Let's start with grading. Grading is a scale from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70, used to judge a coin's condition. For regular 1996 P quarters, most people only keep them if they're in near-perfect condition, with an MS66 or higher rating. Coins at this level of preservation are considered rare for circulated quarters and can fetch a nice premium in the collector's market. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Is there really a 1996 P quarter worth $1 million? In short, no. But here's why people think this coin is exceptionally valuable. Often, people mistake auction prices for one-of-a-kind mint error coins or very specific grades as the norm, creating inflated expectations. While there are coins worth millions, they're typically much older or have extraordinary errors. In reality, a 1996 P Washington quarter in mint state could bring a few $100s if it's in flawless MS68 condition. But for most of us, the everyday 1996 P quarter might be worth between 25 cents and a few dollars. Certainly not $1 million. So, are there any 1996 P quarters that might be worth holding on to? Yes, if they feature rare errors. Error coins can be worth much more than their face value, especially if they're unusual enough to catch collectors' attention. Here are a few errors to keep an eye out for. Off-center strike. This happens when the coin isn't struck squarely, so part of the design is missing. The more off-center, the rarer the coin. Double die error. If you spot a 1996 P quarter with visible doubling on the inscriptions or Washington's face, it could be a double die. These are rare, and depending on the severity, they can attract serious buyers. Clipped planchet. Sometimes, a coin blank or planchet is improperly cut, creating a clipped appearance along the edge. This error can be valuable, particularly if the clip is prominent. As of now, a standard 1996 P Washington quarter in circulated condition is generally worth about face value. However, if you have an MS66 grade coin, you're looking at a value around $20 to $30. Coins at an MS68 grade, which are extremely rare, can go up to $500 or more. So not a bad find if you come across one in perfect condition. But the chances of a typical 1996 P quarter reaching $1 million are, frankly, close to zero. If you think you've got a perfect 1996 peak quarter or a unique error, grading it can increase its value significantly. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC authenticate and grade your coin. They evaluate it for any defects, rarity, and overall condition, giving you an accurate idea of its value and appealing more to potential buyers. Grading fees vary, so consider if the potential value of your quarter justifies the cost. For common quarters, grading might cost more than the coin's worth, but if it's truly high grade, the investment can pay off. So there you have it! While the 1996 P. Washington quarter is generally worth its face value, finding one in pristine condition or with a rare error could land you a bit more. Just remember, these coins are fun to collect, and you never know when you'll find a gem. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1996 P quarter, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next video on hidden treasures in your change. Check out our playlist on rare coins, and keep an eye on your pocket change. You might be sitting on a hidden fortune. Where today we'll dive into one of the hottest topics in the world of coin collecting, the 1999 P. Washington quarter. Yep, you heard that right. This humble 25-cent piece has captured the attention of collectors worldwide, with its market value climbing to jaw-dropping heights, possibly even reaching a mind-blowing $2 million. Face screaming in fear, but what makes this quarter so special, and how can you tell if you've got a valuable one on your hands? Let's dive in. So, first things first, let's talk a bit about the history behind the Washington quarter. The Washington quarter has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1932, featuring the iconic profile of President George Washington. But in 1999, something special happened. The U.S. Mint introduced the 50-state quarters program to commemorate each of the 50 states. This was huge. Millions of collectors got excited, and these quarters began making waves in the coin world. Now, what makes the 1999 P. Washington quarter so special? Well, the P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, where it was produced. In general, the Philadelphia Mint is known for high-quality production, but in 1999, there were a few special versions of this quarter that were anything but ordinary. One reason collectors are buzzing about the 1999 P quarter is its rarity. There are two primary versions collectors seek out: the standard 1999 P Pennsylvania quarter and a few extremely rare error coins that are considered collectibles. These rare error coins, if in top-notch condition, are the ones that could be worth up to millions. There are a few types of mint errors that make certain 1999 P quarters highly collectible. Let's look at the main ones. Error coins are coins that have flaws due to mistakes in the minting process, and these can make them much more valuable. Here are a couple of errors on 1999 P quarters that have collectors on the lookout. One of the more significant mint errors for the 1999 P quarter is the double strike error. In these coins, you'll see slight overlapping or doubling in parts of the design, like Washington's head or the lettering. This mistake makes the coin unique and can push its value up, sometimes into the thousands if the error is pronounced and the coin is in mint condition. Another common but valuable error is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin isn't aligned correctly during the minting process, so part of the design appears shifted or off-center. Collectors love these types of coins because each one is slightly different, and a well-preserved off-center 1999 P quarter could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And even if your 1999 P quarter doesn't have a visible error, if it's in near-perfect or high-grade condition, what collectors call MS68 or MS69, its value skyrockets. Collectors are willing to pay up to thousands, and for the rarest, pristine versions, auction houses have reported potential values pushing $2 million. That's the buzz. So why does a high-grade, rare 1999 P Washington quarter fetch such high prices? It's all about condition and rarity. Out of millions produced, only a handful are truly flawless. And as more collectors seek out these perfect quarters, demand and prices rise. Grading plays a big role too. A 1999 P quarter graded by a top agency like PCGS or NGC as MS68 or higher can command extraordinary prices because of its immaculate detail. So, if you're eager to see if you've got a potential $1 million coin sitting in your collection, here's what to look for. First, flip that quarter over and look for the 1999 date along with the P Mint mark near the bottom. If it has these, it's from the Philadelphia Mint. Look closely for double strikes or off-center elements. Use a magnifying glass or even a smartphone camera to zoom in. These errors can mean big money. If you think you've got a high-quality or rare coin, get it professionally graded. Companies like PCGS or NGC are industry leaders, and they'll give your coin an official grade, boosting its value for collectors and possibly even auctions. The demand for these high-quality 1999 P quarters isn't slowing down. Auction houses and coin marketplaces show prices climbing as more collectors hunt for the perfect piece. Experts say that pristine, error-free 1999 P quarters may continue to appreciate in value, especially as collectors aim to complete their 50-state quarters collections. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or a beginner, the 1999 P Washington quarter could be the hidden gem in your collection. Who knew a 25-cent piece could be worth millions? If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more coin collecting tips, rare coin discoveries, and updates from the world of collectibles. Also, drop us a comment if you've got a 1999 P quarter or any rare finds of your own. We'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, happy collecting! If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, so you never miss an episode on the most fascinating coins and their crazy values. Today, we're diving into one of the most talked about coins in the collecting world, the 2000 Washington quarter. Now, you might be asking yourself, how can a simple Washington quarter from the year 2000 possibly be worth $3 million? I mean, isn't it just another one of those quarters you might have in your pocket or in your coin jar right now? Well, hold on to your seats because this coin, in certain circumstances, can indeed fetch a small fortune. Before we get into the specifics of why this 2000 quarter is worth so much, let's take a quick look at what makes this coin special and what it means for the market today. So grab your magnifying glasses because we are diving into some serious coin knowledge. First things first, let's talk about the basics. The 2000 Washington quarter is a regular circulating coin that was minted at the Denver Mint. Like all quarters, it features the classic design of George Washington on the obverse, and on the reverse, you have the eagle with the inscriptions United States of America, et pluribus unum, and $quarter. But here's the twist, this coin is not just a regular quarter. In fact, it's tied to one of the most interesting stories in modern numismatics. Now, before we talk about the huge value these coins are commanding, let's address the elephant in the room. What makes the 2000 so special? Well, here's the thing. There's something hidden about this particular coin that makes it stand out among all the other quarters from that year. On most quarters, you'll notice a mint mark on the reverse side, just under the eagle. The mint mark tells you where the coin was produced. In this case, the 2000 quarter, as you can see, was minted in Denver. But here's where it gets interesting. There are rare versions of the 2000 quarter that were struck with a mistake, and this error has made them the subject of intense demand from collectors and investors alike. Incredibly, some of the 2000 quarters came out of the mint with either a missing mint mark or a doubled mint mark. That means, instead of just a neat D on the reverse side, collectors began noticing that some quarters had extra marks or none at all. This error makes the coin extremely rare, And when we talk about rare coins in the world of numismatics, we're talking big money. Just to put this into perspective, rare coins with minting errors often become the coins that collectors fight over. And when those errors are discovered on a well-known coin, like the Washington quarter, the value can skyrocket. This is where things get wild. Some of the most famous 2000D quarters with mint mark errors have been sold for astronomical amounts. These aren't just some low-key sales either. We're talking about pieces that have fetched hundreds of thousands of dollars, and in some cases, even over $1 million. That's right. You heard me. Some of these error coins have hit prices so high that it's honestly hard to believe. But as the market for rare coins continues to surge, even a quarter from 2000, yes, that's right, just a simple quarter, can be worth a fortune. According to some of the most recent sales data, a 2000D Washington quarter with a missing mint mark sold for an incredible $3 million at a major auction. That's no typo. $3 million for a single quarter. And even if your coin isn't in that rare condition, don't be discouraged. There are still lots of other 2000D quarters with different errors that can fetch thousands of dollars. So, is it possible you have one of these coins in your pocket right now? Well, let's talk about how you can tell if your 2000D Washington quarter is worth big money. If you have a quarter from 2000 with a mint mark error, here are a few things you need to check. 1. The mint mark. Take a good look at the mint mark on the reverse side. If you notice anything unusual like a missing or doubled mint mark, that's a big red flag that your quarter might be something special. Condition. As with any rare coin, condition is everything. Coins that are well preserved, with sharp details and minimal wear, are much more valuable. A coin in mint state condition will be worth a lot more than one that's worn down. Get it appraised. If you think you might have an error coin, it's always best to have it appraised by a professional. A reputable coin dealer or numismatic expert will be able to give you a better idea of its potential value. So now you know that the 2000D Washington quarter could potentially be worth millions, depending on the rarity and condition of the error. But how do you actually go about selling a coin like this? Well, that's another interesting part of this story. Coins with such high value are typically sold at specialized auctions, either online or in person. The process involves getting your coin authenticated and graded, which adds to its value. Once that's done, it's all about finding the right buyer. And remember, you're not alone. There are plenty of collectors, investors, and museums out there who would love to add a coin like this to their collection. So, if you've been holding on to a 2000D Washington quarter, now is the time to take a second look. You just might be holding on to $1 million coin without even knowing it. And if not, don't worry. There are plenty of other rare coins out there that could be worth big bucks, and we'll be covering them right here on the channel. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow coin collectors, and leave a comment below letting us know what coins you're keeping your eye on. And if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the latest coin news and tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Did you know a simple 2002 Washington quarter with a D mint mark could be worth a fortune today? We're not talking a few dollars here. We're talking big money. Some rare finds in pristine condition have shocked the coin collecting world with jaw-dropping market values, sometimes in the range of hundreds of thousands, or even up to $4 million. Curious about what makes these quarters so valuable? Stick around because we're about to dive deep into the secrets of these rare 2002 quarters and explore why collectors are willing to pay so much for them. Let's start with a bit of background on the 2002 Washington quarter. This coin belongs to the 50-state quarters program, an iconic series launched by the United States Mint back in 1999. The 2002 quarter series represents 5 states: Tennessee, Ohio, Louisiana, Indiana, and Mississippi. The 50-state quarters program was extremely popular, with millions of Americans collecting them. In fact, the mint produced billions of these quarters, and they were released into circulation in huge quantities. However, there are some exceptions, rare variations, and pristine conditions that elevate certain coins to almost mythical status. Alright, so what does the DE mint mark mean? This mint mark indicates that the coin was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the primary facilities in the United States where coins are struck. While millions of Washington quarters were minted in Denver, only a select few have shown exceptional rarity and condition that make them particularly valuable. Coins from Denver are generally well made, but errors and unusual circumstances sometimes occur, making a few coins highly sought after. It's these unique aspects that can elevate a coin's value significantly. Now, here's the part that gets collectors excited: rare errors and variations. Coin errors are unexpected deviations that occur during the minting process, like double strikes, die cracks, or off-center images. When it comes to the 2002 D Washington quarter, some error types have been found, making them more valuable. For instance, look out for coins with doubling, where elements like Washington's profile or the inscriptions appear duplicated due to a die shift. A quarter with this doubling could potentially add thousands of dollars to its value. Similarly, some quarters might have a slight off-center strike or an interesting die clash, where a different design imprint accidentally appears. These types of errors are what make certain 2002 D quarters so desirable. Alright, so let's talk about another key factor: grading. Grading is crucial when it comes to determining a coin's value. Grading agencies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, provide standardized assessments of a coin's condition. They use a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 representing a perfect coin. A 2002 D Washington quarter in low or average condition might just be worth its face value of 25 cents, maybe a few dollars if it's got a unique error. But a coin graded MS67, MS68, or even higher, especially with a rare error, is where we start to see those massive price tags. For instance, a quarter in MS69 condition is almost flawless under 5x magnification, and it's incredibly rare. The scarcity of coins at this grade means collectors are willing to pay astronomical amounts, reaching hundreds of thousands or even millions. Now, let's get to the big question: how much is the 2002 D Washington quarter worth today? Well, the answer varies, but there have been some staggering auction results that show just how valuable these quarters can be. Some near-perfect quarters have fetched prices in the tens of thousands. However, specific examples with rare errors and ultra-high grades have recently sold for upwards of hundreds of thousands. And with the rising interest in coin collecting and investment in rare coins, there are collectors who would pay millions for a 2002 D quarter in perfect MS70 condition, possibly even $4 million. So, you might be wondering, could you actually own one of these valuable quarters? Here are some tips to find out. First, check your quarters for that D mint mark, which will be located on the front side of the coin near Washington's ponytail. Next, examine the coin closely, or, better yet, get a magnifying glass to look for any signs of doubling, striking errors, or die clashes. If you think you've found a promising quarter, it's worth sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to get an official grade. If your coin is in top condition or has a rare error, it could be worth far more than you'd expect. So why do collectors pay so much for coins like this? Well, rare coins hold a unique place in history. They're a connection to the past and can represent important periods in a country's story. Collectors find value in owning something that's scarce, especially if it's in flawless condition. There's also the investment factor. Rare coins like the 2002 D Washington quarter often appreciate over time, especially as they become more difficult to find in perfect condition. And with coin values often increasing, many collectors see these quarters as a sound financial investment. If you're inspired to start collecting, or even just to check your change jar, now is the perfect time. The world of coin collecting is full of history, mystery, and value waiting to be discovered. So, the next time you find a 2002 D Washington quarter, remember, that little piece of metal might be worth far more than you think. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any of our videos. Who knows? Maybe your pocket change holds a hidden treasure too. Today, we're diving into one of the most mind-blowing stories in coin collecting. You might not expect this, but we're talking about a seemingly ordinary quarter, the 2006 Washington quarter, that's got some collectors in a frenzy, with a rumored market value of up to $5 million. Yes, you heard that right, $5 million. Now, let's start with a little background on the 2006 Washington quarter. This quarter was minted in Philadelphia, as marked by the P Mint mark on the front. Like all other quarters in 2006, it bears the familiar portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. However, this particular year's quarter wasn't expected to stand out or be of high value at all. The 2006 Washington quarter was one of billions minted that year. Yes, billions. So what's making this specific quarter so special? What could drive it up to that staggering $5 million value? Now, the rumor about the 2006 Washington quarter being worth $5 million has created quite the buzz, especially among casual collectors and enthusiasts. So where did this myth even come from? Some people believe that there were errors in a few batches of the Philadelphia minted quarters that year. And in the coin collecting world, errors often mean big money. The more unique the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. Whether it's a misstrike, an off-center die, or even doubling in the image of George Washington's portrait, any one of these can turn an ordinary quarter into something special. However, it's important to be cautious. The $5 million figure isn't confirmed by any major auction house or reputable coin grading service. But that doesn't mean there isn't a chance for this coin to be worth more than face value. Collectors are still on the lookout, and there's still some mystery surrounding this coin. So, how can you identify a 2006 Washington quarter that might actually be worth something? Let's go over a few features and potential errors that you should be looking for. Doubling on George Washington's portrait. Take a close look at George Washington's face, especially around his eyes, lips, and the outline of his head. Doubling errors are rare but extremely valuable, so if you notice any signs of a double die, this might be a big win. Mint mark misplacement or errors. Check the P Mint mark. Sometimes, misstrikes can cause the mint mark to appear slightly out of place, tilted, or even have another faint impression beside it. Unique die cracks or cuds. A die crack or a cud is when part of the die used to strike the coin breaks or wears down, leaving a unique imprint. These flaws usually appear as lines or blobs in the metal. They don't show up in all coins, and when they do, each is unique, potentially adding some value to the coin. If you happen to spot one or more of these features, it might be worth getting your coin graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. So, is the 2006 Washington quarter actually worth $5 million? Unfortunately, the answer is not quite. In reality, most of these coins are valued at just 25 cents. However, error coins, particularly ones with doubling or unique die flaws, could be worth anywhere from $50 to $500, depending on the type and rarity of the error. But here's the exciting part. Coins have been known to rise in value based on collector demand, market trends, and rarity. So while it may not be $5 million, it's not impossible for a special 2006p quarter to reach a few $1,000s someday. If you're interested in starting a coin collection, or if you're just curious about checking your spare change, keep an eye out for those unique features. Here are some tips for beginning your coin hunt. Use a magnifying glass or coin loupe. You'll want to be able to inspect every detail, especially when checking for errors. Join online coin collecting communities. They're a great place to share discoveries, ask for advice, and even find collectors who might be interested in your coins. Get professional grading if you think you have a valuable coin. Professional grading can authenticate and verify its condition, boosting its market value if it's a rare find. And remember, sometimes the thrill of coin collecting isn't just in the big wins, it's in the excitement of finding a hidden treasure where you least expect it. So, is the 2006p Washington quarter worth $5 million? Maybe, maybe not, but one thing is certain, you'll never look at spare change the same way again. Thank you all for tuning in today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want more updates on valuable coins, collectibles, and the latest in the world of numismatics. Happy hunting, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. The 2015p Washington quarter doesn't quite hold a $6 million valuation. It's true, though, that certain quarters can fetch high values depending on rarity, condition, and errors. To clarify, the current market value for a 2015p Washington quarter is typically only a few cents above its face value unless it's a special variety or has significant errors. That said, there's a lot of fascination around high-value quarters, so here's a script exploring the worth and collectible potential of 2015 quarters in general. We're diving into the mystery and value behind the 2015p Washington quarter. While it may look like just another coin, this little gem has sparked curiosity among collectors. Now, you might have heard stories about rare quarters selling for thousands or even millions of dollars. So, is this 2015p Washington quarter worth that kind of money? Let's uncover the facts. Let's start with the basics. The P mint mark here tells us this quarter was minted in Philadelphia. In 2015, millions of quarters were minted for circulation as part of the U.S. Mints America, the Beautiful Quarters program. This coin in particular features the Homestead National Monument, located in Nebraska. While the Homestead quarter might be common, some 2015 quarters possess unique features that make them more collectible and valuable. That includes special error coins, high-grade examples, and proof coins that weren't meant for circulation. Grading a coin essentially measures its condition on a scale, with higher grades meaning fewer imperfections. For a 2015p quarter to be worth more than face value, it generally needs to grade at an MS67 or higher. Coins at this level have stunning, sharp details and almost no flaws. Only a few examples have achieved this grade, making them more desirable to collectors. Then we have errors. Certain 2015p Washington quarters have been found with striking errors like double die errors, misstrikes, and clash dies. These errors happen during the minting process, giving the coin a unique look and significantly boosting its value. So, what are these high-grade and error coins worth? A regular 2015p quarter in circulated condition is typically worth just its face value. But if you find one in a high grade, say an MS67 or MS68, the coin could be worth between $100 and $500. Meanwhile, error coins can range wildly in value. Double die errors, for example, might fetch around $50 to $100. But more unusual errors, like severe misstrikes or die clashes, have gone for as much as $1,000 at auction. So if you come across a 2015p quarter with one of these rare features, you're in luck. By now, you might be wondering, where do these stories of multi-million-dollar quarters come from? Often, these stories stem from famous, Rare coins like the 1933 Double Eagle or the 1913 Liberty Head Nickel, coins that are legitimately worth millions. However, these coins are exceptionally rare with unique histories, unlike the 2015 P. Washington quarter. Sometimes, rumors start online about regular quarters being worth millions, but it's always wise to do research and check the facts. Remember, for a quarter to reach significant value, it usually needs a combination of rarity, high grade, or an interesting error. At the time of this video, a typical 2015 P quarter is worth around 25 cents in circulated condition. However, in higher grades, as we mentioned earlier, they can reach up to a few $100s. Proof versions and quarters with errors add an extra layer of value, often making them collectible, but still not anywhere near the $1 million range. So, should you start saving all of your 2015 quarters? Here's the thing. Unless you find one in a mint state or with a known error, it's likely worth only its face value. That said, it never hurts to check your quarters for interesting details or possible errors. With a little knowledge, you can spot the coins that are truly worth more. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about coin values, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more insights into the world of coin collecting. Who knows? The next quarter you find might be worth more than you think. This script should give viewers a clear, informative look at the value and appeal of the 2015 P. Washington quarter, while addressing myths about its worth.